All right, so I'm in my car, which I think is my new filming spot because I have a little spot to put my phone and there's natural lighting. So anyway, let's get into this. I just wanted to lay out some pretty concrete steps that I took into starting my RedBubble account, and a couple that I've kind of learned along the way. So on my YouTube channel, I've already explained a lot of the things that I've done that I think has helped grow my RedBubble account and get me more traffic. But I wanted to write down some pretty simple, straightforward steps that you can take to get started and to get going. Which things first is you need to have a means of design or photography or whatever you're doing. Are you drawing it on paper? Are you creating it on a tablet? Are you doing it on your phone? Have you taken pictures? What type of design are you uploading? Because you can use photography on RedBubble and many people are very successful doing that. Duvets and pillows, things that are actually really expensive. A lot of people who do photography are successful with that because those are high resolution photos that usually when people take photography, it's like landscape or nature and stuff. And that's the type of thing that people like to buy on pillows and stuff. That is the first thing that you want to do. Now, if you don't have a lot of technology and maybe you're considering pen to paper, whatever, drawing your designs and uploading them that way, you're going to need some way to scan them. If you don't have a scanner or anything, I will go ahead and show you on this video. I've used my cell phone, I have an iPhone, and how you can use it in your notes to scan items and immediately saves it as like a PDF. You could go into an app if you wanted to like get rid of the background on something that you drew or whatever to make it into a sticker. And there's so many options for that. So anyone can truly do this as long as you have connection to internet and like a way to get on the internet. You can do this. So that's one of the first things that I would be considering if you are starting a RedBubble account. Moving on, you obviously will need an account. Go ahead and RedBubble, make an account, set up your email in there. First things you need to do with making your account is just make sure you have a profile picture. I would try to have like a background picture to make, if people go to your account, then they're gonna see that you are legitimate and it's not just like, oh, there's no name, no face, nothing really good there. And then also you wanna have like a good name. Mine is something that I use across multiple platforms, but maybe if your name is Jasmine and you're doing designs, it could be like Jasmine Designs or like some variation of that to show that it's your art account. And I think that's what a lot of people do. And I think that's one of the best ways because people are going to see that and go, okay, this is legitimate. And then also, it doesn't have to be a super elaborate, but you need a short description under your name to just kind of talk about yourself for a second or what you're there for. And that's kind of like the personal level of RedBubble because it's not quite like YouTube or Instagram where you're just constantly talking to people like directly like I am with you guys. So I'll give a little description about what you're doing and your interests and stuff if you want in there. And that'll help them know, hey, this is a profile that I'm interested in because this girl or this guy is interested in the same stuff as me. I know that they're going to make designs that I like. Number 3, you're going to begin uploading designs. So in my opinion, I think that you need to begin by making everything that like interests you. So a lot of people are going to shoot for a niche. Me anyway, this is what I did. I went with the niche that I feel like is in my personality. So things that I'm interested in, I know that people who are similar to me are going to like all of the things that I post, or most of them. So as long as you can have some type of basis for what you're posting and so that there's some continuity there and people are gonna see, okay, this is consistent and it's not just like all over the place. Have a niche in mind, keep building on that. You don't have to be so specific in a niche that you only have 5 designs. Just kind of go off similar stuff as well. You have friends and family or any type of person who might want to buy something from you or have you make a design for them. That's a good way to start. So for example, I started making things that I like within my personality, like I said, but then I also started like drawing people's dogs and everything and just kind of getting that social aspect on there, I think really helped me boost my traffic and sales. So I think that if you are creating your niche and like deciding the type of stuff that you want to put on there, just begin by drawing stuff that you like and reaching out to people and see what they might like. And that's a good way to get some quick sales right ahead. And like I spoke about in a lot of my other videos, the more sales and traffic you get towards one design, the more it's going to show up in the like SEO for RedBubble. So even if you just have a couple of your friends that are buying something that they wanted, if other people out there want that same design, it's going to push it up a little bit. And so the people are going to be more likely to see it if they search. So then within those, people ask me a lot about tags. There's so many different ways to kind of elaborate on tags, but I think to start, you need to just put some basic tags that fit towards it. What I do is I look at my design and I go, okay, if I was looking for this design on RedBubble, what would I type in the search engine? What would I be searching? People aren't, for the most part, searching green polka dotted ribbon with pink and yellow stripes. So your design is going to have a lot of details in it. People aren't going to be searching that long, like exact posts. So you just need to kind of give some general idea for your tags of what is in the design and what people would be searching in order to find that design. I think that's the way that I've done it the best. There are different ways of like finding the right tags and stuff. So I know once I begin doing that more, I'll like elaborate on that, but there's plenty of videos on YouTube that will give you ideas on like best tags. But that's something that I think that you kind of go into once you've already been making designs. So I think to start, you're perfectly fine just going with some general tags. Another thing that I have begun doing that I will 100% recommend to you guys, put your name and your store name in the tags of your designs. So this isn't like that on all of my designs, only a couple, but I'm going to begin doing this with pretty much every design because people now who know about me and know about my page, it's easier for them to find me and find my designs if they just search my name. But if you search someone's name in like the product bar of RedBubble, it doesn't bring up their profile. So if you have your name in the tags, it's going to bring you up so they can see a design and then find your profile easier. And I think that's a really good way to get more traffic. And then like fourth, this is off of 3, so it's kind of like iffy, but this is what I was getting at, where once you get the hang of the process, then you can start looking into like strategic tags and analytics and all of that. So there are trends that happen in the world that we see, and then there's trends also just that there's trends that go on that you don't necessarily see right away, and those come up in tags. There are pages that will give you trending tags. The reason I have not hopped onto that yet is because I have my niche how I like it, and you can definitely find things in trending tags that would fit in my niche, but I'm not constantly looking for that because I'm so busy trying to just make stuff that I like. Maybe I'd have more success if I just went towards some trending tags. Every now and then I'll know something's trending and I'll put it in if it matches my niche. I guess I'm not just gonna draw the first thing that is super trending all the time because it may not fit my niche, and I'm kind of trying to develop myself as a brand and my products, so I don't really care about just getting a ton of traffic on something that's not really fitting towards my whole store, because even if I get a lot of sales on that, it's not necessarily going to lead to more sales on all of my designs if it doesn't match the type of quality and the type of design I'm doing everywhere else. So that's why I haven't really done that yet. But I mean, a lot of people have super great success with it. If you're just trying to like find what is making money, that's a good way to do it. Number 5, the big finding advertising. I've talked about this countless times. I don't have the answers. I'm not Jesus of RedBubble, okay? I don't have all the answers. So here's what I'm going to give you. Friends and family, word of mouth. I've talked about this a lot. So your friends and your family are going to support you. I'm not saying ask your friends to buy things from you. I'm saying share your stuff. Somebody who's close to you is likely going to share it as well. I've made designs for my friends, uploaded designs, purchased designs for my friends as gifts without the intention of getting more traffic or more business from it. But once they shared it, I got people coming back and asking me for things to make, or asking for me to make designs that they can purchase. So I'm just saying that when you find yourself doing it for fun and like doing something for someone, good karma. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that. And so going on to that, what I just want to say is like referrals in any type of business, any type of market. When it comes to sales, referrals are one of the leading ways to increase profits, increase traffic, increase sales on so many different type of like sales and business. Okay, it's a fact. Referrals are great. So if you can use that to your advantage when you're posting things on your social media or making things for your friends, and then you get referrals from that, that's one of the best ways to grow it, really. And then that leads me to number 2, just sharing on your social media. I've talked about this so much, so I'm not gonna like dwell on it for you guys. Use your personal accounts. I post on my Facebook, I post on my Instagram, I post stuff. Do I get a lot of sales from it? No. Am I getting a ton of traffic? No. But the more consistent I stay with that, the more likely it is that it's gonna pop up and someone's gonna go, actually I want that, or I was looking at something similar to that. And people overall want to help support you. 2, I would say a lot of people create accounts separate just for the designs. I wanna do this. I think I kind of started it a while ago, but I didn't keep going with it. I'm posting a lot of designs, and for me to post every single design would be a little difficult. But overall, I mean, that's the goal if I can. I guess I just want the traffic a little bit more before I start doing that. So you could have like a separate Instagram, a Facebook page, whatever, to help advertise your designs. Then at least you can kind of get follows or likes, and the people who follow and like that stuff are more likely to want to see it. So you're not going to necessarily like lose followers on your personal account or lose friends or whatever. A lot of people use pins on Pinterest. I did that for like a couple items, but I don't really know how to use Pinterest. I never really did use it, but a lot of people say that that's a good way. I feel like no matter what platform you're using, it has to get views. It has to get noticed. And I think that it's a good idea to kind of take advantage of all of them by putting things on multiple platforms, but at the end of the day, is it getting the views? So I think that's something that a lot of people have had success with. I would say that works better for your like more elaborate, specific, niche, like trendy things. If you wanted to share in those pins on Pinterest, I think that's what it's called, or whatever you're using, that would probably be more beneficial. But if you're just like, if it's something that's kind of super specific to you or to somebody else, posting it might not get a lot of traffic, I guess. I say traffic a lot. Now, here's something else that I don't think I've really talked about before, but it's pretty obvious with my channel. Start a YouTube channel, start a blog, start a website. I think that this is something that's super attainable. This is something that's super attainable once you've begun getting some type of support. Once you've started learning more about the designs, more about the programs, more about the site itself, RedBubble, once you feel like you've gained enough knowledge about this to tell someone else and to help someone else, that's when you have a good opportunity to create those channels and whatnot. Now, I started doing this, I'm still learning, but I started my channel even before, I mean, way before I knew even as much as I know now. And I realized that, hey, I have something here that other people want to do and I can help them. Once you start helping people, that's when a lot more traffic is going to come in. That's when you're going to get a lot more views and stuff, because having a YouTube channel and everything has been so helpful for me, because not only am I able to help you guys, but I'm able to learn more myself, because you guys are proposing questions to me where I'm like, you know what, I don't know how to do that. Now I have some support by you guys and I'm getting views on my account and everything, and I'm getting all of that traffic from you guys. That's helping build my stuff up more. So I do think that's actually a good option. I don't have a blog or a website. I'd love to do a blog someday, but I really don't think I have the following for that. I'm kind of bad at going outside of like YouTube. So I have my Instagram, my personal Instagram, and I use it all the time. I love my Instagram. I love seeing my friends on Instagram, but I don't think I've really captured Instagram as like the platform to expand beyond my personal life. I don't think that my friends on there want to see my like business endeavors. So I don't know. I think that Instagram being an extension to my brand may be something that happens in the future, but right now I just don't have the following for that, and I'm totally accepting that. I'm not gonna like force it, you know? When the following comes, it'll be time. I'm actually gonna flip the next two. So 6 is gonna be get innovative. So I think it's very important to take criticisms, view videos like this one, view other videos on YouTube, read websites, get all the information you want and you can, the stuff that's very helpful. This is going to help me grow. But then also you need to realize, okay, but that's not really working for me. And that hasn't really been helping my site grow or my designs get more traffic. And you need to start looking at your analytics after you get a couple of designs uploaded and you start sharing it a little bit. You don't necessarily need sales to be able to do this. You just need to be doing the work into it, sharing it on your social media, seeing how that is helping yours grow. Do you not have a following on social media? Even with your friends and family, that's enough to gain you the following on RedBubble. So just kind of take that information with a grain of salt and just know, okay, some of these things will for sure help me, you know, tags and stuff. But is a social media thing going to work for you? It might not work for everybody. What works for me probably won't work for every single person. And so you just kind of need to get innovative, think about, okay, but what's going to make mine work? What's going to help me work? And then that's where I move on to, you know, being yourself and having a unique brand for yourself. So if you look at everything I'm doing and you match everything I'm doing, you match everything I'm doing, I'm saying, I'm designing, I'm posting, and all of that, and how I'm advertising it, how I'm tagging and everything. If you do everything that I'm doing and you do it all the same, eventually you're going to get lost in the sea of people doing what I'm doing. Find that unique factor in yourself, whether it's you could do everything else the same and maybe have different types of designs and stuff, but just find the thing that works for you and makes you unique and do it that way. And that leads into my 7th tip, which is go all in. Not statistically speaking, but I would say from observation, and I'm pretty confident there's a correlation here, is that when people start a business, big or small, no matter what they're doing, they're gonna fail if they don't go all in. And what I mean by that is not taking the highest risk, but staying consistent, like keeping your focus and keep going. I guess what I mean by that is this takes time, and sometimes things will happen overnight, but overall, you're not gonna automatically have like millions of viewers and everything overnight. You need to kind of like build it, let it get more traffic, and keep staying with it. So I know it's hard to, especially on like your personal social media, to kind of like keep forcing stuff by promoting yourself. But if you do it once and you don't get a ton of traffic, you can't assume that you're never going to get traffic from it. You have to keep posting consistent. Eventually someone's going to come across it, see it, and go, I have a little bit of interest in that, and click on it. Okay. So you just have to stay consistent. You can't just try this for a week or a month and assume I'm either going to do really well or I'm going to fail. And if it's not one of the two, I need to stop. Because you will fail if you give up after a month. You'll fail if you give up after 2 or 3 months, probably. Because if you don't keep going at it, you're just going to lose your traction. You're building, it's like a freaking movie, okay? You can't just like almost reach the climax and then be like, except hopefully it doesn't go downhill like a movie afterwards. Let's not use that analogy. So anyway, you just have to keep going with it. If you don't keep building on it, if you don't keep building the house brick by brick, eventually the house isn't going to get built. And that's facts. No cap. Cap? I need to figure out what the kids are saying these days. And then off of that, I think that, and what I was saying with that is that's kind of like impressions, right? So the more impressions, the more likely people are to click it. But sometimes you can have a ton of impressions and not get a click, but post it again and you're going to get more. So just keep doing it. I hope that wasn't like super vague and messy. And the last part of it is just do it with passion. If you don't have any passion or an enjoyment in it, you're going to fail, because it's just like working at something that, one, you don't like. And if you don't like it, you're probably not going to get that good at it either. I mean, very rarely is someone just super good at something they don't enjoy, because in order to excel at something, you have to do it consistently. So yeah, just keep doing it with passion. Find out what part of it you enjoy doing. Is it the drawing and stuff? I mean, obviously there are elements that I don't enjoy as much, but once you kind of get that going, you're more likely to succeed. So those are my seven tips and my 7 steps that I've taken. And there's so many more other things, but these I think are the most concrete and simple, straightforward steps. If you do all of these, they will help you in some way. I'm very, very confident in that. And hopefully I'll get another RedBubble video up here soon. I'm gonna do another like month review like I have been trying to do. And I wanna kind of introduce some other things within RedBubble that I think you guys would be interested in. So please leave a comment below on types of videos that you would like to see. If you have a question that could have a whole video based off of it, please feel free to ask it. And yeah, we'll go from there. Thanks again.